Detective Ted Andrews, how do you do?
What is this I hear about a double murder on top of the robbery?
Yeah. Your man in the guard room, he took a fatal blow to the head.
Oh my God, they took the Catania vase! It was on loan from the Atlanta Conservatory. It's priceless! And I signed for it.
Well, whoever did this, they left no visible physical signs of evidence. We presume they killed the security guard because they wanted to shut down the closed-circuit cameras. So we don't have any recording, no tapes.
Was there anyone else here?
Oh, yeah. We got Anthony Dawson. Gender?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Kim Wilson. She was in the kitchen wrapping up from last night's event.
Well, have you found the Catania vase yet?
Director Espy, our priority here is to find out who murdered these two men. That ought to lead us to the vase. Incidentally, they're sending in our lead homicide detective, Detective Walker.
Well, what's taking him so long?
Gee, I don't know. How far away is the closest casino from here?
Ted, I missed you down in homicide. I guess you got tired of having to compete with an incredible brilliance.
No. I just got tired of competing with your incredible ego, Walker.
Detective Walker, I'm Brad Espy. I'm the director here at the McConnell Arts Center. Mr. Andrews here is telling me that you're the man who's going to save us from this tragedy.
Yeah, I try to clean up Ted's messes. Just wish it didn't happen when I was on such a hot streak at the blackjack table. All right, listen up. Stop what you're doing. I need someone to get me a cup of coffee. Okay, what do we have here?
Got a double homicide. The security guard, he took a single stab wound through and through. Might be a knife, but the wound looks pretty large, so we can't seem to find a weapon. Also, we got a guard downstairs. He was taken out with a large plumber's wrench. My men, they found the wrench.
Who else was here?
We got Kim Wilson, the caterer. She was in the kitchen. She's the one that found the bodies. Now we got the janitor. He says he was up on the top floor and never heard a thing. Oh yeah. And we got a stolen gallery piece.
The Catania vase. It was on exhibit for just 2 days.
What happened here last night?
Oh, we had a very nice event. It was to welcome in the vase, and had about 180 people, food, and even an ice sculpture. I left here around about 1 or 2, and there were just 4 people left. But I need to call my attorney now.
What the heck is this?
Oh, that is the Circumventi Infiniti. It is one of my favorite pieces. I'm so proud of it. I brought it in here. And as you can see, it's an impressionist piece, and it shows that happiness is eternal.
It's a foam donut with crazy straws.
Perhaps, Detective, you could direct your attention to interviewing the people who are still alive.
Where's my coffee? Now that's what I call a hot cup of coffee. Thank you for the coffee and for staying, Mrs. Or is it Miss?
Mrs. Although I'm separated. Detective...
Walker. You certainly do know how to make a delicious cup of hot coffee.
Sweet mother of God, Walker, there was a murder that was just committed here.
I'm getting to that. So there was a big party here last night.
Yes. We expected 150 and over 180 showed up. I was out of everything by 10.
Oh, of course. I mean, what's not to like about what you brought?
The Catania vase. Did you see anyone near it?
Excuse me. Picasso boy, why don't you let me handle the questioning? So, did you happen to see anyone around the base last night?
No, after the event ended, the only one I saw was the janitor.
Don't go anywhere just yet. I might need another cup of that hot coffee.
Of course.
You're not seriously thinking of digging into this case, really, now, are you?
I'm very interested. But she has no record. Let's go talk to that janitor, and I want to see the other victim.
Here it is. One whack in the head with a big wrench.
That's quite a wrench. You know, this is a man's wrench. Bet you don't have one of these, Teddy.
Is he always this oblivious in front of a dead person?
Yeah, pretty much.
So he's cracked in the skull with this wrench. And this is all the blood that's on the desk? I'd shed more blood than this when I shave in the morning.
Suppose you would, shaving your legs.
Oh, can you guys please just tone down the testosterone? What's going on here? I don't understand.
Too many things aren't adding up. Where's this janitor? Anthony Dawson. Says here you served in special ops in Afghanistan from 2007 to 2009. Now you're a janitor?
Yeah, it pays the bills.
Apparently not. Says here you've been working a couple of extra jobs.
Is that a crime?
Where were you around 2 a.m. last night? You were the last person seen downstairs by the vase.
I was cleaning. Apparently all I'm capable of doing here.
Cleaning. Doesn't look like you got much done. And you look exhausted. Yeah, maybe you were using this wrench on someone.
No, come on, I didn't do that.
Your special ops and a double homicide happens right under your nose.
What's going on, Anthony?
You needed the money, you popped the two people, and then you pocket the vase.
No, I did not.
Why? What were you doing?
I'm working a double at another job. Trying to earn some money to buy the kids some soccer gear for spring. I was just gonna take a cat nap. I fell asleep at 2 a.m. I didn't wake up until I heard the caterer screaming. It must have been 6 a.m. I didn't do it. And I certainly didn't take that vase.
You lazy bum. You were ruining everything I worked for here.
You know, Brad, you seem a whole lot more interested in this missing art piece than you do concerning the two murders. You know, Walker, I'll bet old Mr. Smarty Pants here is going to gain a whole lot of money from an insurance claim, and not to mention a whole lot of publicity when the dust all settles.
Yes, I did a little research. It was interesting reading about your previous jobs. A little disagreement you had with the board of directors over the missing money.
You are both lunatics. Lunatics. I was cleared of everything, okay? There was nothing left unaccounted for at the end.
Perhaps.
Great. Another cold case.
Cold, yes. For once you actually said something that makes sense. Come on, Tano.
You were such a jerk.
So, Kim, did you get everything packed?
Yeah, just getting a few leftovers packed up. So did you get him to admit he did it?
You liar! I didn't kill those men or take the vase.
No, you didn't, Anthony.
Right, so now you think I did it?
No, you should be hung for crimes of fashion, but you don't have what it takes to murder.
So who do you think did it, Detective?
You did, sweetheart. First, there should have been far more blood from that head wound. That's because he was already dead when you struck him with the wrench. Blood had pooled to his lower extremities.
Why kill someone twice?
To throw us off. So the initial tox report that I just got says the officer downstairs was actually killed from a simple mixture of poison in his coffee. Luckily, you were smart enough not to serve the rest of us that same coffee. He didn't know what hit him, literally.
So she covered up the poison by making it look like blunt force trauma with a tool that only Anthony could use.
And then she told us that he was cleaning when all the time he was just sleeping.
But how did she kill the guard? The metal detector would have picked up the knife, and we never found a knife.
Not when you're dealing with a murderer who's cold as ice.
The ice sculpture.
What?
It's perfect. An icicle, as sharp as a knife. It can pass through the metal detector and be easily disposed of with a little warm water without a trace.
Yes, she is exceptional.
Yes, this is all very good and would make an excellent NCIS episode. But it's all circumstantial. You have nothing on me.
Don't you hate it, Ted, when you prepare for a party and you run out of food? You said it yourself, Kim. You prepared for 150 and over 180 showed up, and you ran out of food.
Yeah, so?
Ah, look here. An entire cake. Thought you said you ran out.
Well, I forgot. I had another one.
That works out well for you, especially since it's the perfect hiding place for the...
Well, I guess you are good, detective.
Well, I'm the best. You know, it's not all bad. Maybe your attorney can give you a 2-for-1. The divorce and the murder case. Take her away, Teddy.
You know, Walker, you're not much to look at. But you sure know your stuff when it comes down to homicide.
Piece of cake.